Hey folks, Papa D coming to you here back again from the Papa D studio, and just getting ready to bring in Angela again, my trusted co-host on this podcast. Just wanted to give a quick recap of today's speech by Donald J. Trump from Grand Rapids, and let's try that. Angie, I'm going to see if I can bring you in, then I'm going to split screen it here in a second. So let's switch over here. We got you?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to have to push a couple magic buttons here, and then we will be ready to roll. But while you're up, why don't you give us your initial impressions of, I've got about 10 pages of notes, but certainly won't go through it all, but what your impressions were. I was really impressed.
Yeah, I was too. I watched the whole thing. I did take notes. I didn't take 10 pages. I'm slacking. But let me look at just a few things. So Trump, well, first, let me just say that it was held in Grand Rapids, as you said earlier, and from what it looked like that we could see, now we can't tell, the capacity that arena holds is 12,000 people, which is starkly different from what Trump would normally bring in at an outdoor rally, significantly more. So that was the first thing that I noticed, but a lively crowd, very packed in, I felt like. And rightfully so. I mean, these people probably waited all day to get in. So, but Vance, he looked good.
Absolutely.
He looked lively and excited, and that high energy is there. They're taking it with them from the convention. You can definitely tell. Just what he he really led with what he had said at the convention. It wasn't that much different, I don't think, other than talking about the move ahead and getting closer to that election day, and then when Trump came out, oh my gosh, you couldn't even see him come out. First of all, not, at least not from the live feed that I was watching, you couldn't even see him. There were so many people.
Yeah.
And then he got on that stage. I didn't
problem.
Right. I did notice he had more of like the flesh-colored bandage today, so that was a big difference. I noticed right away. But he came out swinging. He started off, of course, with a lot of the things that he talked about at the convention, which those additional tax cuts, keeping those energy resources, at home, lowering the interest rates. That's a big one for him as a business guy. And then, obviously they're in Michigan, reviving the auto industry back to its prime, which that's going to take a little bit of work. But he wants to bring those jobs back to the American people, which is where they should be. I feel like those, that's the heart of the auto industry is in Michigan. It's a lot of people for generations have been working those jobs. So,
yeah, that industry was decimated.
Yeah, badly, very badly. I did also notice the attacks on Joe, not as bad. They were there for sure, but a little more, less harsh, if you could even say that. But people have to remember, right now, that is his opponent. Right. Until everything says otherwise, that is the man that he is fighting, for to win, or he's not fighting for him to win, but he's fighting against him to win. And so that's to be expected right now. But make no mistake, several other Democrats were included, per usual. But my favorite part though, Dad, I do have to say real quick, my favorite part was when he started talking about the polls. And you could see him kind of light up in that moment. He was really excited about that. He's leading in Michigan right now by 6 points, and Michigan is one of the swing states that in 2016 he only won that state by 10,000 votes.
Oh yeah.
So I think they know it's possible. They can do it again. That's the hope. But they're also leading in Pennsylvania right now by 4 points.
And they're also in big thing he mentioned there caught my attention, being an ex-New Jersey boy. They're 4 points up in the Garden State. And when you're calling New York State a toss-up and a 4-point lead in Jersey, I never thought I would see that happen. That hasn't happened since Chris Christie's days.
Right.
So that's just amazing. The poll numbers, if everything holds, and he made mention of that, 4 months is a lifetime. But those numbers are absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
And one
especially
of the big,
right after a convention like that.
Oh, yeah, they're going to get a
Absolutely.
convention bump. You would expect that. But this was leading into the convention, and there's no sign of any of this backing off. So it's all good stuff. And big moment that kind of popped up, caught me by surprise, caught everybody by surprise, was he was introducing all of the VIPs, and Sandy Penciler and Mike Rogers. Those are the Mike Rogers is the Senate candidate. So is Sandy Penzeller. Mike Rogers was backed by Trump. He got Trump's recommendation, and Sandy came to the podium and left the race. And the whole purpose of that was so Mike was the consolidating the party, uniting the party, that there's one, you don't have Republicans fighting Republicans when we need to take back the Senate. So I thought that was just an amazing move, very selfless move. Obviously, there was a lot of behind the scenes on that, too. That doesn't happen overnight. But there's just, didn't see that one coming. But to now have Mike, the singular candidate, running up against the Democratic incumbent, really helps the cause, especially with what the poll numbers are in that state. So that's a big moment right there, and I hope a lot more people caught that and the selflessness of that.
Right. It was kind of an emotional moment too. You could see him kind of getting choked up, rightfully so. I mean, these people dedicate a lot of their time and work with a lot of people to try to make that happen. And so, whenever you step away from something like that, it's hard, but it's the respectable thing to do. And I'm glad that he did that. And I'm also glad, at how they handled themselves together, as opponents up until the point where he said, I'm handing it off to you. Very, very respectable. It was a good way to, to handle it.
And it was only that it made sense. I mean, you have Trump backing Mike. The numbers are going to go towards Mike, but Sandy had support. All that was going to do was water it down. That's like a Ross Perot election, Let's just water it down and cost the party a Senate seat, potentially. So it is a smart thing to do. It was a selfless thing to do, and something that I was really surprised by and very happy to see. And in this age where we're trying to unite the party and trying to, across the board, get everyone to understand how important every seat and how important lost my picture there. There we go. But that was just a great moment, and I hope and I would think that if this all goes the way we expect it to, that Sandy will be a part of the party and have something waiting for him to be an important part of the puzzle there in Washington.
Oh, absolutely. And, it just goes to show what they're trying to have, kind of touch back to what they talked about as a whole at the convention was, coming together and being that united front for America.
Exactly.
You can't do that with people fighting for seats and I'm the guy, no, I'm the guy, and all this and on and on. No, you gotta, now is the time And, good for them for following through on that and
Yeah.
really sticking together as a party. And even though, he's not in the race anymore, that doesn't mean anything. He's still going to support his party and be there
Right.
for the campaign in any way possible.
He's going to support the campaign. He's going to support Mike's run, and just he will not be the primary candidate or be one of the candidates that will potentially water down the voting base. And he did the right thing.
Right.
Getting back to the remarks about Biden, he took his fair shots. I mean, my favorite was the IQ thing. That Biden's IQ is low, 70 versus choose 210. Just thought that was trippy, very Trumpy, I should say. But and getting into the foul language thing, he had his moments jumping on the media, like he always does. It was a pretty standard address for him, except with the lead-in talking about the events of Saturday. Didn't catch my attention until he said it.
Very briefly, I noticed.
But yeah, he said at the convention that he would discuss it in detail one time and never again. It was very emotional for him, so I can understand that. But he did get into it a little bit, and that this event was almost to the minute at the same timing 1 week ago. And I looked at the clock and I said, "Oh boy, yeah, karma's that's crazy stuff." But a lot of the same, what I would call election year rhetoric, but making all the valid points. He hit all the high points. Talking about the Chinese building one of the largest car factories just over the Mexican border. What he's going to do with tariffs, and don't doubt the man for a second that will not be the case. The story about the wine, the French wine.
Oh yeah, that was a pretty funny one.
That was a good one. Okay, well, you can put a tariff on us, and we're going to put 100% tariff on your wine. Have a good day. And they changed their mind in a hot second. No, cannot have that. No. So, Trump had a good time. You could tell he was a lighter Trump.
Yeah.
But a different Trump. He did drop a couple of curse words, but those were examples of what not to do, which I thought was kind of funny. Got to watch that word. Don't say BS. So he goes ahead and says it. So
no.
But that was protecting the key points that the party put forth in the convention, the economy, permanent, making the tax cuts permanent. Day one items were all things that we had already heard and looked forward to. Day one, rounding up the illegals and mass deportations. I know that's a bad word, and politically you don't want to say those words, but it has to happen. Did catch me off guard the numbers when he threw those numbers up about the Venezuelan and the check my notes here. Venezuelan and El Salvador. They're touting their crime is down 72 to 73%, while their jails are emptying out and our crime rates are going through the roof. So it's your crime rate's going down, but it's only going down because we've got all your bad guys now. So.
Not just from them either. They're coming from all over the globe.
Right. We don't know who's coming in, and we don't know where they are.
It's a worldwide issue, right? Or what their intentions are when they get here.
And that is, the economy is on the voters' minds, but when you go down the list of the important things, certainly the economy and being able to buy a pound of ground beef and a loaf of bread is important, but the immigration problems are usually number one or tied at the top of the list. So he hit those points, and he certainly has an agenda. And the agenda for day one, as you and I think we talked about it off camera, about we know what day one it's going to be. I need to stop by the Oval Office and sign a few papers before the parade, just like in 2016. There's going to be a lot of policy reversals. And the big one that's going to help the economy the most is getting that oil field open back up that Biden administration shut down on day one. So.
Oh yeah, I agree, and it's going to bring a lot more jobs to those states, but really to the country as a whole. I mean, you can't it's just basic business tactic stuff, like, how to run a business. You can't take and not have anything to, you're just gonna.
Don't just continue to shut everything down and keep on spending. That's the problem we have.
Right.
We make it harder for businesses to do business. We add regulations. We raise taxes. And, oh, by the way, we're surprised that we have an economic implosion going on and that people, can't buy homes, people can't buy groceries. So he's going to go back. This is going back to the way things were 4 years ago before he left office. So, and this, again, beating the drum for Trump, but just stating the facts. And anybody that would come to me and say, well, you're just full of BS. We'll go back 4 years, and you tell me what when I remember putting 4 years ago a gallon of gas in my truck for $1.79 and thinking that was a good high price. Now I stop, and you're lucky if it's you're bouncing them between $3.50 and $4. Same gas, just 4 years later, or 3.5 years later. So it's just going to be reversing a lot of policy, and drilling is just part of that. That's one prong of it. And, I was very impressed with the speech. It was good to see him. The only thing I was a little disappointed by, we expected, excuse me, we expected to have, we had all those guys. But J.D. came out, and I expected he was going to give a more than just 4 minutes. But he came out, had a few words, joked around a little bit.
Straight to the point.
And again, Trump doesn't need an opening act. But it would have been nice to hear a little bit more from J.D., his first opportunity to go out on the stump. And then maybe that'll be the next time around. But it was all good. And
yeah.
You can roll down all the high points, and there's a lot of points. But it really just comes down to, like we said, the economy, immigration, just getting this economic situation we're in right now back under control. And we don't expect that it's going to happen overnight, because you don't take 4 years of damage and get rid of it in 4 minutes. But at least we have potentially someone that will can do something and take notice of the problem. But we'll see where it all lands. He made a very good point, though. You've referenced the same thing. We don't know at this point who he's going to be on the ballot against.
Right. And he went down that list, and I thought that was it was kind of a joke around moment for Trump.
Oh, yeah.
He kind of has that way about him. He gets on those tangents. But it's the truth. I mean, this time next week it could be somebody totally different. We don't know.
We have no clue. Yeah.
Nobody knows.
The Democratic Party picking a candidate is like a Florida speed limit. It's a recommendation. It's not a mandate.
It's like at your own discretion.
We'll talk about it this week. We'll figure it out next week. By the time we get to the Democratic convention, maybe we'll have half a clue. It would be nice to have a little bit more. Oh my goodness, looking for the right word here without being too mean, but the shortage of brain power in making this decision.
Right, and these are supposed to be smart folks.
They're supposed to be the smart ones. Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't know. I'm after hearing these IQ numbers from
we're running out of time.
Yeah, after hearing the IQ numbers for Donald Trump, for the other guys, I'm starting to wonder. But
yeah,
he did. He took his shots at a bunch of people. I mean, laughing Kamala, I love it. I love it. And talking about Pelosi, and when Pelosi turned on Biden, well, that was the end of that.
Oh yeah, I mean, he looked shocked. I don't think he even saw that one coming.
Oh yeah.
Most people didn't.
Well, I mean, she was one of the last ones, major names standing. I don't see that she could made any other decision, especially after Schumer came out and said, hey man, it's over, game, set, and match. So, and
I think at that point she was like, all right, I better jump on the wagon.
Yeah, as you and I talked about earlier before we got on the air, you know what? Hunter's out in California. Jill's what? Heading to Paris? Is that?
Yeah, she's in Paris for a fundraiser.
She's in Paris. All right. And Joe's up in Mattahaquac, or wherever that place he lives. And,
yeah, Delaware.
And just, you know, having trouble making this decision and getting to the point of something. And they left him alone with the handlers. So I don't dig that at all.
The pressure is on for sure.
Yeah. I think the clock is ticking. Yeah. But we hope the best. Again, you know, we make jest of it, but it's not funny. He's in a situation and in a condition and being mishandled, and we, you know, hope they do. And I hope they do what's right for him. We all know what it is. It would be really easy to say we'd rather have him run because we know that's an easier event. But you know, we're not. We aren't. Again, I'm really dancing around the word. There's so many words in my head, and none of them are really kind. And you know, I'm just trying to be the nice guy here.
I know. Hey, it's a tough job. Somebody's got to do it. You know.
Hey, it's exactly it. That's exactly it. I know how to turn this equipment on and run it. I don't say that I do it well. But one thing I wanted to bring up too, guys, and this is something I think is very important. And if you don't mind, just a second. At the very end, it was referenced by the president, a website, and this is the precursor to this is talking about the 2020 election, the things that happened. I was working a midnight shift that night listening to this. Trump was ahead. It was in the bag. Have a nice day. And then, 3 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the morning, that's when the Georgia votes popped up and all these votes were getting found. Now, talk to somebody else, they'll go, no, there's no such thing as election fraud. I wasn't there, but what I saw and what I heard made me think twice. Well, there is a website, and it is run through, I think it's through the GOP site. But anyway, it's called protectthevote.com. And I'm going to bring this up real quick. And this is what the site looks like. And I hope they don't mind me sharing it. Wouldn't think they would. But you would go to this site, enter your information in on the first page. And when you go down, you can pick the state in which you want to look at or work with. Here's where there's recent legal activity regarding voting and voting integrity. But let's just say, for argument's sake, I enter in my information. I go to Florida. You can then sign up, give them all your information, decide whether you want to volunteer, report ballot integrity issues if you come across something, preparation for being a poll watcher, election, bank your vote early, all that kind of stuff. But this is something if you want to either volunteer or report, learn. Of course, you can always contribute. Contributions are a good word. But this site is something I was very interested in reading up on after the president mentioned it. So if anyone out there wants to become part of this, and I myself am going to sign up. I think it's very important with the, I don't think we have the integrity problems down here in Florida that some states do, but we don't want to see any of those things pop up. So this gives you all an opportunity to be a part of maybe helping a little bit in preventing these problems in the future. And I just wanted to bring that up and show that to the viewers because I was unaware of it. And once I looked through it, saw the site, it looked like something of real value.
Right. I agree. I think it's a good way for you to get involved. And maybe some people can't donate. That is the thing, too. Some people might, a lot of people are on hard times right now. We're struggling.
Absolutely.
If you can't donate, that's okay. This is another way for you to say, you know what, I'm going to do something great to help out.
Money doesn't solve all problems.
You can volunteer.
Donating time does sometimes, and that's important. And this site will allow you to do that. if you're fortunate enough to have money, want to donate to the project, great. If you can't, if you just want to be
Absolutely.
signed up to be there to receive information, if you hear of something or see something that would be questioning the integrity of the vote in your state, it's the old see something, say something. And we
Right.
all can
Absolutely.
help maybe be a little bit of the part of getting rid of the problem or slowing it down at least. So I think it's a great site. I looked up on the off time before we went on the air, and again, I'm going to become part of that, and I recommend that you all take a look. And like Angie said, if you want to be a part of and you can donate to them, great. If you can't, they would welcome, I would imagine, any help they can get to, again, guarantee the integrity
Absolutely.
of the votes within the state that you're located in. That
It takes a village.
absolutely. So that's my little thing. I just wanted to bring that up. I heard that, and I thought it would be worth at least getting that word out there. I'm also going to include that on the channel if you didn't catch it or want more information. I'll put the link up on the channel so you all can check it out, and it'll be there in perpetuity. But that's pretty much all I had. I mean, Ange, I think we agree we had a good first out of the box by the president. First out of the box after the convention.
Rally.
It was a great rally. It was great attended. What did you look? I didn't hear at the beginning because I was having some audio issues. You checked what the attendance was there?
So I didn't see what the actual attendance of the rally was, but the arena that they held the rally in has a 12,000 people. Like, it can hold 12,000 people.
Okay.
It did look. Now, obviously, we're not going to see up into the rafters,
Right.
but it did look from every angle that I had seen that it was a crowded, packed house. Very lively crowd.
It looked full, and President Trump did mention that there were people outside trying to get in. So apparently they filled the place up.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they did.
He did make a remark. It was kind of funny. If anybody would like to give up their seat to allow somebody to come in from the outside, that was met with a resounding hell no. But
right, we're in here. We're staying.
We're staying is right. But so they by some of the crowds he's drawn, that isn't the biggest, but that is a very good crowd. Whatever facility is available, the president has no problem getting people in that are wanting to hear his message. And again, not to beat up on the opposing side, but they don't have that kind of draw power from what I've been able to see. And I've tried to follow as many. Well, it doesn't take many fingers to count the number of rallies that Biden has been able to attend. President Biden is just
that is
not
true.
as active.
That is true.
So we'll see what happens leading up to and after their convention here in about a month. But good day. I think
yeah.
President knocked it out of the park as usual. As you said, Ange, much relaxed yet lighter than usual. He took his shots, but they were carefully selected shots, and I mean that in the sense of words. Got to watch every word you say.
Exactly. A little less harsh than normal, I feel.
Toned down, but still light.
Yeah.
He was enjoying it, and one thing I enjoy about President Trump the most is the teleprompter's rolling, and he must drive the teleprompter guy crazy because he reads, and then it's like he freehands it for about 20 minutes, and then jumps back in. But that's his style. When something comes to his mind, it's time to say it. And that's why we enjoy hearing him so much, I believe. At least I do. So, but that's all. I think we had a good day, and it was good to see him out there. It was good to see the Band-Aid going down. I'm still looking for a American flag cover, though.
Okay, we're gonna do it.
We got to get that done. That's just the way it is. I wonder if I wear that to the polling place on November 5th, if I'll get thrown out. We don't want that either.
I don't think you're going to be the only one, Dad. I'm just saying.
Might be.
From what I've seen on social media, I think it's going to be the new cool accessory for
going to be the thing.
The election season. Mm-hmm.
Going to be the thing. But we'll just remind everybody, again, we are happy to have you all out here. Just a real quick one. We've been on twice today. This is just a follow-up because we really wanted to get on top of this first rally, the post-rally reboot. But we're excited as we were, if not more. And everyone, just we'll get back on that high horse again for a minute. Make sure to get out there and register to vote. Voting, every vote counts. Do not get lackadaisical. As the president said, 4 months seems like forever, and it's about 20 minutes. We got to get ahead of this.
Oh, yeah.
Stay ahead of it. Numbers win. Numbers will beat any attempt to do something not so nice. That sounds like a Trumpism.
Right.
Not so nice. So
Yeah,
get out
it's
there
the truth,
and
though.
plan on voting. No, it's true. It's true. I know.
Yeah.
So talk to all your friends and family, and if they're telling you they don't want to vote, the thing that we have to watch out for as a party right now, anyone that says my vote doesn't count because everybody else is voting, that has cost candidates elections in the past. So my opinion of that is, if you know 20 people that are going to vote, you may be the 21st vote that'll take the state. So don't lay back and assume someone else will take care of it for you. If you have concerns, if you have a candidate, irrespective of who, use your vote. And that's all I'll say. Till next time. Wait till we get closer to the election.
Right. Oh, boy. You guys better buckle up because it's going to be great.
November, the election night's going to be interesting. But anyway.
I think it is too, but I think by the time election night comes around, unless, God, we don't know what's going to happen. There's been so much happening. But I think we're going to have a better indication by then, for sure, of what a potential outcome is going to be, especially with the polling as we get closer to. And they're going to be able to see how many new registered voters are in the state. That's going to be coming up more. But like you said, every single vote counts. It doesn't have to be in person. You can vote early if, people have different schedules and everybody has different, availabilities. Those opportunities are available to you for that reason. Please use those at your disposal. And just, talk to people about it. Don't pressure people. That's the wrong thing to do, like you said. But just, the whole point is to be educated. Learn as much as you can from now till November, especially.
Pressuring people is not the answer, but just letting them know how you feel and how important it is to you is. And if you have any questions, get online or call up your county election officials. They'll be more than happy to answer those questions. They'll be more than happy to get you registered. Most times you can do it either online. There's a simple form you can fill out. In Florida, you get your driver's license. Oh, by the way, do you want to register to vote? They try to make it as easy as possible. So just make the phone call.
Yeah.
And leading up to the election, follow the candidates, follow what they stand for, watch some of the rallies if you can. Democratic convention is coming up in a month. Pay attention to what they're talking about and who they're talking about, because we really don't know anything right now. Well, what we know is President Biden's the candidate, but again, as you said, we don't know. But as soon as we hear about it, we'll let you know.
Especially the vice presidential one.
Oh, cannot wait for that. By the way, pizza and wings tonight was the night. So
I knew it.
But anyway, guys, we're gonna rock and roll. Just glad we could get in here for a few minutes and kind of give you what we saw, what we thought, right, were the high points. And
Yeah.
we'll be scheduling up, if not during the week, by the weekend, I would think, will be episode 4. Hopefully by that time we have a little bit more details on the individual who shall remain nameless, that is no longer with us, that fired the shot. Get a little more information on that investigation, how it's progressing. And then the big question of the week. And what is that, Angie?
Who is running for president against Trump?
We have a winner. Ding, 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 ding. So hopefully we'll hear something about that. And if that is the case, you did good. A little bit of, I thought that was a delay, but time for another cup of coffee. But we will put together a quick episode as soon as that happens. Trust me, trust me, trust me. So what do you think?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's going to be a topic.
Going to be a night or a day.
I think great.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, guys, girls.
Absolutely.
And again, I see myself as a green pepper. Isn't that what it said? How's that go? See myself?
I
relate to?
What?
I don't know. What's that called?
Oh,
what do
I
people say?
identify as.
Oh yeah, my identity as a green pepper.
Yeah.
I'm old. Whatever. But between
okay.
This is getting out of hand now. All right. With that, we're going to call it a night. And thank you guys for coming out. Please, where's the camera? Subscribe, like, hit all the things, and join the family. We'd love to have you out here. You'll be notified when we put a new live video up or we go live for a stream. So from myself, Papa D, and... where you at?
Angela.
There you are. We'll say goodnight. You guys have a good evening. God bless. God bless America.
God bless America.
Good night, guys.